Hello and welcome back anybody, everybody, but probably nobody. This is ThorW and today we're going to finally reach that level 80 mark that is so coveted, the new maximum level. And while some people have certainly reached it before us, it wasn't even a race. If it was a race we would have won, easy, no problem at all, easily, because we're the best players in the world. However, today we will definitely be reaching that level 80 mark and getting everything that comes with it, including more skill points to work with, more powerful equipment to work with, and of course all of the other endgame content that we could possibly want, including the ability to farm some epics and legendaries, etc., etc. So, in order to reach this, I have set my bar up quite high. I've got a few quests to turn in, and first off, let's do this Bring Golden Undies to Saria, because we need to make a golden teddy bear for Grandis. So, are these what I think these are? The texture of this piece of fabric sure is amazing, but the shape's rather unpleasing. But I think I can do something with them. Could you excuse me for a few minutes? Here, please give this golden teddy bear to Grandis. Sorry I couldn't do anything with the smell, but I hope she likes it. So yes, we made Grandis some golden teddy bears out of urine-soaked underwear that goblins wore. I don't think that's the best present, but hey, it's so adorable! Grandis likes her pea bear. As a token of my appreciation, please take these with you. And then she cuddles it. Oh, what is this funny smell? Because as you can see, Grandis likes teddy bears. So yeah, we'll accept that. Bam. As for the golden teddy bears themselves, the golden goblins in the dungeon can drop them. There is a chance for that. In case you guys were wondering. Alright, so complete a couple of these limited quests. And oh no, what's this? We haven't leveled up. But if you recall correctly, I still had a couple epic quests left to do. So if you remember, last time we saw that Evil Iris is still inside of the time gate doing stuff. I had to go beat that dungeon 5 times in order to complete a previous quest, which got me a line of dialogue that was like, "Good job, dungeon fighter." So let's continue that quest line. The space still remains open. How could this be? You collected all the evil energy, and yet the puppets and dolls didn't stop attacking you. Is it possible that the evil energy remains? I sealed away all the evil energy you collected last time. I doubt much of it remains in the space, but the threat is all the same. Please collect all the magical energy you can find from the puppets and toys. I'll look into it. Alright, let's do this. We're going to have to go into the Awakening dungeon and do that. But before that, I'm going to make sure I've got the any sort of Awakening quick quests, which I think I already did or something. Either that or I'm in progress, but let's go over to the Awakening dungeon. Let's do it for a couple of final runs before we reach our level 80 goal and finish off the last of the epic quests, guys. So, how's everyone doing out there today? We are finally reaching the end of this this long journey for 70 to 80. We'll see if we can quick party real quick. We might not be able to. In the meantime, there are definitely hell modes and hell parties that you guys can do if you guys have already reached level 80. What I would suggest you guys to do, you can always run your dailies. I would suggest farming for hell mode drops for a bit, which is going to be difficult. They're not common drops. I've already farmed 20 or so hell modes, and I think the best thing I got was a rare. So it's very likely you guys aren't going to get exactly what you want, but hey, it's definitely a fun little thing you can do. And for those of you that want to be the strongest, oh, you sons of bitches. Wow, I'm getting wrecked already. These guys and their freaking super armor all the time. What do you think you are? You think you're a fucking striker or something? You ain't no striker. Anyway, yeah, for those of you guys out there that want to just be the strongest in the universe, the farming hell mode's definitely going to be right up your alley. No, no space twisters for you. Good thing I learned the ins and outs of this dungeon. The only thing that I have to worry about this dungeon is the boss. Iris is a very annoying boss, and it's incredibly easy for her to counterattack and get an easy kill on you. Fallen Aqua Jello! Got him. Oh yeah, the old bug that this dungeon has been fixed. It was, if the Fallen Aqua Jello got that suffocation move on you, you would take periodic damage through the entire dungeon, as you guys saw in previous runs. That no longer happens, thank goodness, because that'd be pretty hard to deal with on Ultimate Road. It would probably be impossible to deal with on Ultimate Road, taking like an extra 800 damage every few seconds on top of the normal damage that I would be taking just through fighting. 4. Where's 9? Give me 9. Give me some cheer now. So yeah, I'm super excited, guys. I'm really excited to be hitting the level cap here. Hopefully you guys are just as excited as I am, because I've been working towards this for a little while. And getting the level cap is always fun for me. Always an enjoyable experience. I'm always going to be happy about it and everything. Although these super armor guys are really making it tough. Oh. Ow. That explosion still hit me. It hit the tip of my fist. And as we all know, monks are 100% body balanced around their fists. That's how it works. It's just physiology. Science, son. Alright, come here, Iris. I'm not going to give you time to summon your demons and get your minions to fight me. No, you don't get time for that. You're not allowed time for that. This is one of the better strategies I've developed against her, and that's just to hit her before she has any chance of doing anything. But once these guys are up, the fight becomes a lot more difficult. Mainly because of the guys with axes. Let's get more golden undies. And she likes to switch positions with them through teleportation. However, if I could juggle them as hard as possible... Oh, careful. Ow. Oh, and she summons them back. But she's almost dead, so it's fine. And that'll do. Damn it. That almost did it. Well, that'll do it. Have fun. I'm just gonna sit over here and wait. I'm just gonna sit over here, and if you happen to die, that's your own fault. Or not. Well. Boom! There we go. No problem. So yeah, as you guys can see, I definitely figured out how to do the Awakening Dungeon properly. 45 out of 50. I should have done another room. Oh well. We'll just do another run. No problem. No problem. Anyway, I am much more well-versed with this dungeon than I was before. This dungeon was very difficult for me in the beginning. It's still got that spring air out there just kind of messing with my nose. You guys know how it goes when spring messes with your nose. Alright, so for those of you out there that are also reaching level 50, or 80, not 50, holy crap. For those of you out there reaching level 50 at the end game content before, like, you just awakened, yeah! Luckily for you, there's a billion more quests in your way, so you got plenty of content to go through. But for those of you that are out there reaching level 80 alongside me, or probably have already, considering the release schedule I've got set up for my content. Anyway, for those of you out there reaching the maximum level, you might be wondering, well, what exactly should I do? Maybe I don't want to farm hell mode. Maybe I don't want to do too many dailies. Well, there's always the prospect of making an alternate account. That's one of the things a lot of people do, is they'll make another account that'll work on a new character that they find enjoyable or entertaining. And if anyone wants any recommendations for classes, I can recommend a few. There's always the Monk, if you aren't already playing a Monk alongside me. I believe Battle Mage is very fun, Male Ranger is very fun, so there's another couple for you. There's, oh, one sec. There we go. There's Weapon Master for, Slayer class is pretty darn fun for PvE at least. I don't like it that much for PvP, but for PvE it's pretty enjoyable. Pretty cool. The other female mage classes are fun too. Witch is a little bit less fun, but Elementalist is actually pretty interesting. It's very difficult to level up though, so you gotta really stick with it for an Elementalist, that's for sure. You're gonna feel weak for quite a while, and then you hit late game and you feel like God. Because their percentages are really good. But you gotta get there. But something else you guys can do, you can do some PvP. PvP is getting a little bit more stabilized over time. Hopefully, very soon PvP will be completely and utterly just good. Maybe we'll get some dedicated PvP servers that aren't too bad, that are better, I should say. Because right now they're a little, I'm gonna just let that explode. There's a lot of disconnecting and poor connections in the PvP arena, unfortunately. And as someone who plays a lot of Monk and Battle Mage, which are very timing based, both of them, having a poor connection with someone else really messes with you. It's pretty difficult to PvP like that. They're both very timing and combo based classes for PvP. Monk and Battle Mage, that is. The Male Ranger has less issue with it, though. Because I've been playing him a little bit more. I'm getting back into the swing of PvP, you know? Been doing a lot more of that. Because that's one thing that a lot of people should find pretty entertaining to watch. It's the PvP in this game. It's a very cool game for PvP. I've always liked it, and I think I always will like it. Anyway, let's go kill Iris again. Alright, yep, before her staff gets right into her hand, she's vulnerable. Oh, crap. We'll do that. That's good for... Oh, no. Stun, please! Yeah, that's the dangerous thing, is if you get stunned by one of these axe guys, the other ones can just chain stun you. That's very dangerous. Ow. Holy crap. Was not expecting that. I don't think I've ever seen her charge me like that and knock me over. Alright, I am getting my butt kicked on this particular attempt. That was unfortunate timing for me. Yeah, drop right into my fist. Perfect. I don't care about you, meteorite. Maybe I should, though. Jesus, this has been a rough fight so far. That's for sure. Yeah, once she starts going, she is very difficult to stop, and unfortunately, though I timed everything well, she just kind of ignored it and said, "No, I'm gonna fight this time. I'm gonna be able to fight immediately." And yep, you can see that it's not very favorable. Now is it? Yeah, you get that meteor going. Oh, yep, that happened. There was not a lot about that I could do about that, unfortunately. Wow. Fucking slapped me with her loot and did so much damage. Sometimes you can time everything perfectly, it ain't gonna matter, because the enemy just doesn't care. That was unfortunate. That was a bad run. That's unfortunately the nature of this particular boss for Monk is if she begins to actually, if she gets her first or second spell off and just starts, she doesn't really stop. Pretty much the very second that one spell ends, another spell is going to begin. And that very quickly racks up the difficulty. It has the imprint of my magic, but I can't figure out what it is. Oh, we're so close. How strange, there's a subtle yet pure strength in this mana. It's originating from me, but I'm not familiar with it at all. Ironic, isn't it? Maybe Saria can tell me more about it. Please ask Saria. Can I just ask her from here? This proves that I was right. This is Iris's pure mind. She was so worried about hurting you and the others, she left part of her mind in the creatures of her space to keep us out. This is her protective instinct. Can you feel the warmth and purity? Those puppets and toys will remain in that space to keep everyone out. We can keep this mind with us and use it to build a bright future with Iris. Happy ending times! Alright, so let's go deliver this message to Iris. And tell her, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all because you wanted to help us, Iris. Hey girl, what's up? How you doing? How you go? Hey, how you going? How you going? I just came from the prison planet Australia. Say hi to you. Oh, I didn't know I left that part of me in there. Can I really stay with you? I'll spend the rest of my life to protect you because you've given me a new life. We did it! Episode complete. Happy endings for everyone. Now, she, the ultimate boss. Even if it's left to keep everyone out of the space, I don't feel comfortable knowing an apparition of me wanders from spatio-temporal crack to another, preying on unsuspecting dungeon fighters. You helped me find peace. Please do the same for her. And that is the final. Oh yeah, there's also Hell Party Episode 1 Guardian of Time. Are you aware of a mysterious event that takes place in Shonan? Some otherworldly entities have appeared out of the interdimensional rift. The boundary between two dimensions is ruptured. Do you think it's also caused by the Great Metastasis? On the other side of the interdimensional rift is Ozma, sealed away from this realm. A great disaster is waiting to happen, and the only question is when. Witnesses describe the otherworldly entity similar to the legendary Keeper of Time, the Time Lord, and his soldiers. If you have business in Shonen, would you check where the Time Lords are sighted? And that will unlock the time rupture. So, we have a couple of, oh yeah, here's the limited quest for Awakening, just co-op. I will bring you more ultimate cuteness teddy bears in the future, Grandis, don't worry. They might not smell so good, though. Anyway, this is going to be a... If we clear the Awakening Dungeon on 5 times on hard or higher, that will give us the final title. You guys pretty much know what that entails, but before we sign off, because all that's left is to clear dungeons again and again and again, you know, grinding. So, this is defeat Kane, defeat young Skaza, defeat Iris. As you can see, the Hell Party thing is, once again, just complete these particular dungeons, beat these bosses. So before we sign off, we have one more run of Awakening to do before we hit level 80. Let's go do it. Let's go kick Iris's ass. Fake Iris. And we'll see if we can do it without dying again. Because I'd prefer to do it without dying again. But it's rather difficult. It's very difficult to do it without dying. Because it's just the nature of this particular boss is very much against what you want to have to face as a monk. It's very anti-melee. Also, I'm not optimized to the point where I can just wreck everything. I will be soon, though. I will be once I'm hitting into level 80 territory. Once I can upgrade my equipment again. Oh god, Jesus. There it is! Level 80! I did it just in the middle of fighting. Congratulations, max level is achieved! Yeah! We did it! I wasn't quite expecting to do it like this. I had the quest set up so that I would try to get level 80 right at the end of the Iris line of quest, but I was off by this much. This much. I was off by this much, guys. Tiny bit. I was off by like 6 enemies. How unfortunate is that? My timing was so off, but hey, it gets another dungeon run out for us, and that's fun for the whole family, right? Right? Yeah, that's right. Your firewall doesn't matter to me. I'm just gonna kill you. As you can see, the Flame Ignis I once had trouble with, I'm just wrecking through. I was able to beat Iris the first time without death or any trouble whatsoever. Unfortunately, the second time did not go so well, as she decided to ignore my ability to punch her in the face. She said, haha, your fists, I don't care. I'm just going to summon my puppets anyway. I'll summon my demons to fight you. My demon puppets! Speaking of demon puppets, yeah. There are some horror games that I want to be playing for the channel at some point in time. Some episodes may or may not have already come out. We'll see how my scheduling looks for editing and all that. Because I'm still releasing the Ranger playlist, which I finished recording early, like, during OBT2. But, to be fair, that was a very long playlist. That was a level 1 to 70 set of episodes, whereas this is going on for 11 recordings, I think? I think this is going to be 11 recordings, which is a bit longer than it needed to be, but it's going for 11 recordings, I believe. And this is only 10 levels worth of stuff, so, you know. It's pretty expected for the Ranger playlist to take a while to finish releasing. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. No, don't ignore it. Don't summon them. No, no. Ow, she exploded me. Jesus. Oh my god. She blew me up again. She exploded me so many times. Nope, no, none of that, none of that. None of that electricity bullshit. She decided she wants to be electric today. I can't touch her while she's doing that either. So, you know. Unfair? Quite. Quite unfair. Yeah, come here. Let's get to know each other better. Through communication and fisting. Ouch! Jesus, that hurt. Got her. Got her. No deaths. I did it. Like I said before. Once she gets started, it's a bit difficult, but super doable. I figured it out, guys. It took me a few runs, even after the end of the recording. Trust me, it took me a few runs to figure that out. But what you want to do is the strategy that I've been employing is start up the hurricane and roll. You should not finish the hurricane and roll into the uppercut. As you saw these last two runs, once you go into the uppercut, there is a small timing window, which is just enough for her to go, aha, I'm going to cast my spell. If you cancel it before that into the Gatling punch, and then throw that into a demolition punch, that'll knock her up. You can bounce her onto machine gun jab, into the exquisite combo, and continue from there. And keep the juggle going as long as you guys possibly can. And that's the best way to deal with Iris in the Awakening dungeon as your monk. Or it's one of the better ways. Keep her from being able to start off that spell. Eventually she's probably going to get it out, but if you can get the first 12 to 20 bars of her health out before she does, you're doing well. However, now that I've reached level 80 and I can increase my power level, I can increase my maximum power level to over 9,000, or at least over 79, I should be able to have a much easier time with stuff like this. So, if I go into my skills, this is my solo loadout. You're going to notice I do have Painful Rapture maxed. I do have a lot of points in Slow Heal. For people wondering why Painful Rupture ever, why Slow Heal ever, if you solo on Ultimate Road on these dungeons and you are not max geared, you will need them. You will. Once you are max geared and you are super optimal, you won't need them. However, from 75 to 79, you're not going to be optimally geared for these later game dungeons. Awakening, you don't need this so much. Slow Heal helps. You don't really need the Painful Rapture. The reason being is there's a heal in there. Time Gate, though, the special dungeon, you kind of do need those because there's no healing in there, so you got to sustain yourself. And yes, you can take up less mana for yourself if you use the Dry Out to reduce the mana cost of your next cast spell. But that's not going to deal with everything. So, I'll go over the theory behind why I do all my stuff before we sign out. We'll take one last look at what I've got for my skills. So this is a complete solo loadout. I do not personally level Strike. A lot of people do level Strike, I don't. Because, here, we'll rip points out of this, take a look at this. Look at the option description, let's see what we get. We get 12 strength, 5 physical attack, 5% hit rate. That's low. That's very low for everything. That's not going to add you much damage at all. If Strike gave you slightly more... The benefit of having Strike leveled is that every single one of your other spells, every other skill gets damage. But the drawback of having Strike level is every skill gets very little damage. It's only 12 strength, it's only 5 physical attack. The hit rate of plus 5% you don't really need. Will Driver takes care of that. I'm not putting points into Strike personally. Slow Heal, the reason I have this leveled is I solo a lot of dungeons. I solo a whole lot of dungeons. I do a lot of soloing. Anyone who's watched this entire series knows I solo a lot. Slow Heal helps a lot with that. When you're in a party, you don't need Slow Heal for shit. At all. If I'm doing party play, before I do that, I rip all the points out of Soul Heal, all of it, get all 550 of that, that's just extra stuff. And I'll just throw it into Ducking Uppercut or something like that. The unfortunate part of that is that Ducking Uppercut does knock enemies up quite high in PvE, making it a little bit more difficult to combo. Cure I've got level 7, there's no need for any more. This will cure off any of the bleed and poison effects that are currently available in the game. At least I haven't found one that I haven't been able to cure at level 7 cure, so that's good. And you kind of want that available to yourself, because bleed effects in certain dungeons, they can range from 500 damage to 1500 damage per tick. Painful Raptor, once again, I went over the background for that. If you're doing a lot of solo play, Painful Raptor is very helpful. It's an extra 3000 mana every time you use it. It's on a short cooldown, and it'll keep you up and running. Obviously, Technical Master you're gonna have maxed out, and Combat Master you're gonna have maxed out. They increase your damage too much. They give you a lot of utility. They're really good. Ducking Straight Punch. This gives you a lot of damage. Doesn't launch your opponents up into the air like Ducking Uppercut. Ducking Uppercut and Ducking Straight both have very similar damage outputs. The difference being Ducking Uppercut will launch your opponents rather high into the air. That kind of makes it a little bit difficult to combo under normal circumstances. It is very good for comboing against bosses though, so take whichever one you prefer. Ducking Body Blow, you got maxed out because you want that stun percent. It does a lot of damage. It's very powerful. Exquisite Combo, this is going to be your bread and butter normal skill. Chapstick. Anyway, this is... Chapstick, please. No! There, I just ripped off, like, a big chunk of skin off of my lips. Are you happy now, Chapstick? Is that what you wanted? Gross. Anyway, Exquisite Combo, definitely maxed out. This is your bread and butter normal skill. It does tons of damage. It gives you a little bit of super armor on top of it. It's a good X-axis. Maxed out Quick Parry because it gives you a big chance to dodge skills while you're performing skills. This is really important. Really important. There's a lot of enemies that just super armor through your attacks that can't be knocked up and juggled properly, and if they don't get stunned by ducking Body Blow, will try and hit you during your animations. Quick Parry gives you a chance to dodge, and it's very helpful. Maxed out Chopping Hammer. This is another one of your ducking and swaying skills. It's very important. Chopping Hammer is probably the most important because it bounces targets off the ground into the air, allowing you to juggle them. It also does a big shockwave and a good AoE, so it's good for PvE in that regard as well. I max out Twister personally. I really like Twister. It's very good for PvE. It's very strong. It does a lot of good chip damage to your opponents, and it gives you something to... It's the only range poke skill a monk has, really. That's about it. Maxed out Machine Gun Jab. This is another one of your bread and butter. Combo initiators. You pull enemies in, so it groups enemies. It's very useful. Maxed out Shadow Clone with the double shadow passive, obviously. This is damage. This will make every skill do tons and tons and tons of damage. You should max this out no matter what. This is like not even a... This is not even a question of should you or shouldn't you, or a preference or anything. Shadow Clone's just too good to not max out. Heavenly Combo, some people like this. I personally don't. It's good skill. It does do a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. It groups enemies from the y-axis around your character, and it knocks them up in the end. You can follow up with something like Chopping Hammer. It has its merits. The problem is it's very slow. It has a long animation. It does give you super armor, so there's that, but enemies can super armor. Enemies who can super armor or are always super armored will chew through your health with an attack or two while you're using this, which is very problematic. I max out Hurricane and Roll. The Dempsey roll is really good for PvE. It groups enemies. It does a lot of damage. It has a launch at the end, allowing you to follow up and combo afterwards in some way, shape, or form. Gatling Punch I got maxed out. It's also got a bit of grouping onto it and a little bit of pull onto it. Not as much as Heavenly Combo, but I think it does a little bit more than Heavenly Combo. It has a better animation, and the knock up on it at the end is better. And because it knocks them straight up instead of back, you can easily combo from Gatling Punch into Demolition Punch, which I also have maxed because it's a very quick animation. It grabs any enemies there, it provides a shockwave behind it, and it does a lot of damage. So that's my basic skill loadout for solo. Again, if I'm rolling in a party, I'm taking points out of Slow Heal, I'm taking all the points out of Painful Rapture, I'm throwing them into Ducking Uppercut, which will basically be all the points. And if I've got any extra leftover points, I'll throw them into, I don't know, Strike or something. Who cares? That's all that matters. On the side of TP for you guys, maxed out that Will Driver upgrade because that just buffs everything. I've got Exquisite Combo, which I'm going to max out, obviously. I do have 2 in Twister of Judgment, and I've maxed out Hurricane and Roll. The 2 in Twister of Judgment is something that a lot of people debate about whether or not they like Twister. Personally, I really like Twister. It's one of my favorite PvE skills for Monk. I think it's one of the best skills available to Monk for PvE. And this allows you a chance to create 2 Twisters. At level 2, it's a 40% chance. And 40% is enough, in my opinion. I don't think you need much more. I don't think the benefits outweigh the deficits for putting more points into it past 40%. But if you want more, go for it. If you want less, go for it. That's your choice. Hurricane and Roll, I've got, I had maxed out, now it can go again, but I will be maxing out Exquisite Combo, obviously. But this increases the attack per level, the pull speed, and the range expansion rate. So basically what that means is it groups enemies better, it pulls them into you better, and it does more damage. Which is good. Hurricane and Roll does a lot of damage. So I like it. Exquisite Combo, this is your bread and butter, you're going to spam the crap out of it. So get that maxed out. And ducking attacks. Ducking attacks are also very good. I would suggest if you aren't going to level Twister of Judgment or you don't like Hurricane and Roll all that much, put the points into ducking attack upgrades because you use them very often. Do not put points into Chopping Hammer upgrade, it's not that great. The Machine Gun Jab upgrade isn't amazing either. Sacred Counter is interesting, it gives you a big damage reduction level and it adds more attack to it. So if you're one of those guys that really likes to use Sacred Counter often, go ahead. For the extra point you're going to have at the end, I'm going to put in Basic Training Upgrade. You do a lot of just XXX attacks this Monk, and that's going to help out a little bit. It's going to help out a lot more than Slow Heal Upgrade or Cure Upgrade is. So, and pretty much none of the rest are really going to do anything for you, comparatively. So that's my basic loadout for my skills. I hope that's a little bit helpful for you guys in the end. Maybe I'll section this part off as a different video. We'll see. Again, you see these Slow Heal and Painful Rapture? They're utilities. They're tech utilities that I personally upgrade for me, this guy. They're not great for party play. They're really bad for party play. You don't need them in party play because with one other person dealing the other 50% of damage or 40% or even fucking 20%, you don't need the extra mana expenditure that you're going to do on the skills that you're going to have to blow to finish off the other opponents that they're dealing with. Which means you take all of it away from these two, put it all into here, and perfect. There you go. How's that? How you do? How's your mother doing? Say hi to your mom for me. Oh, also, focus physical critical. Got that maxed out. So the reason I'm really harping on why I have the Painful Rupture the way I do and the Slow Heal the way I do is a lot of people on my original Monk PvE guide for level 70 were asking, why do you have these leveled? This is bad to level. Even though I said, this is bad to level for party play. This is for solo, guys. I solo a lot. I'm an asshole that doesn't like to play with people that much. And it's not even that I don't like to play with people. I don't like the fact that very often people just lag out of the game and then you're stuck there just, well, fuck me, you know? There goes a dungeon run. Or something like that. That's why I have these. I do a lot of solo play. It helps you deal with dungeons that you're not properly leveled for. When you're sitting on level 75 gear going into a level 79 dungeon, 77 to 80, you know, a level 80 dungeon on Awakening on Ultimate, because that's what I do, you're under-geared. You are under-leveled and under-geared for that instance to solo. So the slow heal and painful rupture combo allows you to keep your mana and health up for the point of dealing with stuff like that. Now, the Awakening Dungeon's a special case in which it's relatively short. There's a heal along the way at the end, and it's not the hardest in the world, but mistakes can be made. And it's not a big damage loss. It's a damage loss on one skill, comparatively. Just one skill, just the ducking uppercut. That's it. It's not the most damage in the world. It's basically the ducking straight. It's a damage loss on the ducking uppercut. Okay, that's unfortunate. But the trade-off is the ability to solo the dungeon a lot easier and be able to make a mistake here and there. And even if you don't make mistakes, sometimes enemies just cheat and hit you anyway. So, you know, I guess technically that's making a mistake, is not counting for the enemy to cheat and hit you. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of this. We have reached level 80. We have completed our tasks, and there is the basic loadout for how I solo dungeons. And, let me just fix this. There is the basic loadout for what I do when I'm party playing, which I'm probably going to do a little bit of. So, I hope you guys found this informative, I hope you guys found this enjoyable, and I hope you guys are going to reach level 80 yourselves. In the meantime, I've got some hell modes to run, a Tower of Despair run to do, obviously. Expect videos of that. In fact, videos of that are already out. So I hope you guys are enjoying the Tower of Despair guides that I'm doing right now. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna go farm some hell modes until I've got some epic gear for myself, because I'm gonna gear myself out to be the very best, like no one ever was. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you, hopefully, I will see you on the next video, and hopefully you enjoyed this one. Have a great day, everyone, and bye-bye, everybody!